Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I sure appreciate it. I hope you're having a great Saturday. I'm here. I'm ready to craft. If you are, I hope you are too. Let's see if I can get my life together real quick and then we'll get moving. So I have a pencil door hanger. Let me see if I can pull this off the tape. That's what it looks like. Okay, super cute. Little welcome sign for your child's classroom. Y'all, back to school is next week from the holidays. Back to work is next week. I'm not ready. Okay? I wasted my time. Hi, Suzanne. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. So we're going to get started here. And we're going to use paste to paint this whole thing up real quick. So this is Bumblebee. I'm going to just do what I did, like I did yesterday, I think it was. And get some paste and spread it out and see if this, hopefully that's enough. And then just a little bit of water on each one so that I can spread it. And I might need 2 layers. Okay, now around this part, I'm gonna try to be neat here. All right. There we go. All right, I'm getting somewhere. Okay, yeah, I think I need a second coat. So that's okay. We're just gonna spread this, get our first layer good and dry, and then we'll come back and do a second coat. Okay, Bumblebee for the bottom, for the pencil, of course. That perfect yellow for a pencil. All right, there we go. Now, I know I've got tons of teacher friends that I think would probably love this for their classrooms or homeschooling moms. I actually, my sister-in-law homeschools her kids. She would dig this. They have a little classroom set up at their house. And it's like separate, so this would be great for them too. All right. Yeah, definitely need a second coat of the Bumblebee on this, but that's okay. Get our first coat down, and then we can come back in just a minute and do a second. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Kathy. Welcome. Hi, Tina. Let me rearrange myself. I need to sit on my foot. I know it's not good for me, but I have to do it. I don't know why. This is Shimmer Silver. We are going to come in right here. Hopefully I can paint this. Oh my gosh. I love how good this color looks. It is so good. It paints so good. The new formula of the silver is like really nice. I wish that they would make all of our shimmers like this metallic, whatever this is. I don't even know. A lot of the colors of the month have been this way, and I dig it so much. All right, there's that. I might come in with a second coat on that one too. So you can comment the word pencil if I haven't said that already. I don't know if I did or not. On this post to get the link, to get everything that I'm using here. This is Ballet Slipper. Perfect little pink eraser. All right. Now, you might want to tape this off. I'm not taping it off, and hopefully I'm not going to regret my choice. Okay? We'll see. I've not done a terrible job. It is scored right there, so you can see where the lines are. So you have that at least going for you. But if you have an unsteady hand, which I do some of the time, definitely probably want to tape it off so that you don't mess up. This is Dune. Okay. Just going to hit this part of the pencil over here. And I'm not super concerned with the lead because it's going to be black. But I feel like I need to turn this because I can't see it while I'm painting it. Does that make sense? My hand's getting in the way. Of my vision. So tell me, what have y'all been doing today? It's been kind of a lazy day around here. Chris woke up not feeling well, so I've been kind of babying him most of the day. Made breakfast this morning. We've been watching some Disney movies. I don't know. Last night I kind of, I started watching The Grinch last night on, it was on TV, on some channel. I streamed it, of course. Anyway, I started watching that last night. And then, I don't know, I sometimes get into, like, this weird, like, cartoon movie kick. Like, just wanting to, I don't know, relive my childhood. I don't know. But then I'm like, ooh, Despicable Me was recommended after that. So I'm like, oh, yeah, let's definitely watch that. I need another paintbrush. By the way, I love these paintbrushes from Amazon. There's like a whole bunch of them in this box. The foam ones, they're really great. If you want that link, you can comment for the brushes and I can send that to you. This is just black velvet. Now, we'll do the lead. And hopefully I'm not going to mess up what I've already done here. You might want a smaller brush for this. It's not terrible, okay? Could be worse. Now, I'm also going to do the word welcome with black. And I'm trying to be careful here because this is really thin. So a makeup sponge might be better here for the word, okay? But, hi Joanne, hi Sandy, how are you ladies? Anywho, yeah, so then I started watching Despicable Me last night. I don't know why. And then, so I didn't finish it last night. Chris and I ended up playing video games last night. And so I didn't finish it. So then this morning, whenever we got up, we were just laying around after I made breakfast. And I'm like, oh, let me put on the TV. So I turned Despicable Me on. And then after that, y'all, we watched Shrek. And I love Shrek, okay? It came out whenever I was in high school. And the jokes in that movie are hilarious, okay? It is so funny. It has so much adult, like, stuff that adults will get. And it just, we were cracking up, okay? So then we watched Shrek 2. And thankfully, Chris started feeling better, so that was good. I think he's feeling better now after he ate, but I don't know what his problem was. He had a really bad headache, and he was, like, throwing up this morning before I got up. Which, you know, if you get headaches, you know, sometimes they can be very extremely painful. And I don't really know what that was about, but we're going to go back with the Bumblebee now that this is dry and just do one final coat, okay? And my paste is brand new, okay? This jar is like super new. So I'm not adding water or anything. Now, you might need to add water to it. You can just spoon it out onto a plate or whatever, like a something, wherever you put paint, and add a little bit of water, stir that up, and then go to town, okay? Or you can do like we did a second ago and just put it on the board and spray a little bit of water. If you have like a mister, that works great, okay? Anyway, so that's what we've been doing all day, just a little bit of nothing. Or a whole lot of nothing. Being lazy, which is great. Now, I have to go back to work on Monday after being off for 2 weeks, and I am not interested. okay? I'm more interested in not having to work for a living. And if you've known me for any length of time, you know that. But I've ruined myself by being off for 2 weeks because now I know what it's like to just not do anything all day. And just decide for myself, oh, I want to go running around. I want to go, you know, whatever, running an errand or whatever during the day and just can get up and go. I can't do that on my regular work week, usually because I'm working all day, which really stinks, you know? So I would like to start a petition to lower the retirement age to 41, and then I'll be eligible next year, okay? I mean, I think that's a simple ask, right? I don't think that that's too far-fetched. So let's get that going on change.org. Because I don't want to go back to work. No, I do love my job. I very much enjoy it, but being off sure has been nice. All right. That is done. Now, I'm looking at my paint job over here for the rest of it. Let me just dry all this first before I start messing around and messing anything up. Get it all dry, okay? Now, we are going to want to wax, so I'm going to use a transfer on this. So I do want to wax and make sure that I use enough wax to not pull up any of my paste because it is kind of thick. And I've noticed that the thicker I paint, the more likely it is that the transfer will rip that up. So you need to be real careful. Make sure that you fuzz well, you wax a little bit, and obviously that you're fully dry before you move on and start messing with all your pieces. I also might sand this just a tiny bit, just so that any like rips, I guess is maybe the word that I'm looking for. I don't think that's the right word. Any spots where the paint isn't even, it'll even it out, and it'll just be a light sanding with a high grit sandpaper, okay? So I might do that. Okay, I think this one's dry. Careful with the words because this thing is super thin. I mean, like, would hate to break that. Yo, I'm gonna put my hair up. It's like super hot in here. Hi, Stacy. How are you? Okay. I'm going to dry the rest of this, and then we can go on from here and get our transfer on and put this thing together and have it ready to go for a gift. Y'all, this will be a simple teacher gift. And it's small enough they can hang it on the door to their rooms. They can hang it inside the room, in the classrooms. And, you know, the end of the year is going to be here before we know it, which is just crazy to me. Like, how was it just Christmas and New Year's and all this stuff? I'm doing good. I'm also dreading going back to work on Monday. Seriously. I'm on the struggle bus right now, just not looking forward to any of that at all. Already trying to think about my next time that I'm going to take off, so no more. Isn't that sad? Instead of living paycheck to paycheck, I live vacation to vacation. Alright, let's see. I think I might be actually okay. I have a sanding block over here, but I don't see my 200 grit one. But this looks pretty good. The paint job is not terrible. I'm pleased with it, actually, so that's good. So there's several pieces here, okay, as you can see. Now, this is going to be part of the bow, okay, just to make it 3D. And so we're going to use our transfer on this. We'll do it on the base layer first. But I do want it to wax. And then I have some tape over there that we'll use. Now, I just want to use the transfer on the pencil part, okay? I'm not going to do it up there, actually, so I don't even need to wax that. But we're going to do multiple things, so go ahead. And I do want to wax down here because I'm going to put tape down there, and I don't want to chance pulling that up, okay? So, and then our little bow pieces, wax all of that. Now, you want to be careful with wax. You don't want to go too hot and heavy with your wax because it will cause the paste not to stick, okay? So if you pull up your transfer and there's no paste, or it looks like part of the paste pulled up, it's likely one of two things, okay? Either the paste dried in the transfer and you waited too long to mess with it, okay? Or, which this one's very likely too, is that you put too much wax. Now, I have this is like placement tape. Oh wait, look. I have placement tape here. I'll use it. This is from my website. It works really well for blocking off parts of your design. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to stick that right there so that it's a visual cue to me, okay? I'm going to try my best to not... Hi, Janice. How are you? All right. I'm going to go one more. I mean, if I go that far over, I'm in trouble, but you guys know me. I'm a mess, okay? It is possible that I could go further over than I need to. So now I'm going to just take this tape and I'm going to go right along this line right here. Well, I probably need to turn it because I'm not doing a great job of sticking it, that's for sure. We are going to use a pattern that's forgiving, so that should help too. But I definitely don't want to go over this line, okay? So that's how I have it taped off, all right? And then I can just do one more. Just clear across right here so that I can just be double sure like I did on the other side. Okay? Just like that and that. Just to help yourself, okay? Alright, this is the texture, it's 4 texture patterns, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, but I'm thinking if I can get this off of here. I'm thinking I want to go with this, like, I don't know what that pattern even is, but it's called something. It's like, I don't know what it is. But we're gonna try and maximize. Y'all, this fits perfectly on here. Now remember, we're not going to go up. I mean, we can go up a little bit up here on the bow part, but I don't want to because I don't need to. All right. So we're going to do that first. And I picked out Shimmer Harvest. Okay. This is like a yellow. It's a really nice yellow. And it's not too overbearingly yellow, but it is a shimmer. And it'll be really nice, I think, to just subtly have that pattern, okay? Now I'm gonna go up just a little bit past where the bow starts, because we do have that layer that's gonna sit on top of that, okay? I don't need to go all the way, but I'm gonna go just a little bit over so that my design looks seamless, okay? The pattern, you know, so that it doesn't look like it just stops too early or anything like that. Now, scrape up any excess and gently pull that up. And like I said, it's very subtle, okay? It's not super, like, bam in your face. I just put a transfer on this, but I wanted to do something just to give it a little bit of texture. So now I'm going to try and get all three of these pieces on here. So I'm going to just slide them together as much as I can. There we go. And then we'll push that down. Now, all of these are going to need to get this transfer. So just start over here. And now, the link to get this cut out is on my Etsy. If you comment the word pencil, you'll get the link. I also included the link for all the stuff that I'm using from Chalk in that same message. So if you've never messaged with me before, you'll want to check your message requests. But if you have, you can just place your order on Etsy, go right to the Chalk website, order all the stuff that I'm using if you want to grab this whole bundle. And that's that. So let me just get this all closed up and then, yes. This is super cute. I'm excited. Okay. If you've got teacher friends, I think that they would love this to put in their classrooms. All right. So, hi Shirley, how are you? Welcome. It is a little chilly here too in the Houston area, or it has been. I don't know, y'all. I don't even know what's going on out there. Every day I wake up and I'm thinking, oh, it's Houston. It's not cold. No, it's been cold. And then it's like, oh, just kidding. We're going to get up to 90 today. And I'm going, I don't know where I live. I don't know. Unsure what the temperature is. Pretty sure it's still kind of chilly out there. Not like unbearably cold, but a little bit. Alright, I'm going to make sure this is really dry before I start messing with it. Just remember, any shimmer paste is going to take just a little bit longer to dry than regular matte paste does. So keep that in mind before you start testing it. And then I'm going to just remove my tape. And over here might be a little more difficult because I did multiple pieces, but that's okay. Oh, it always scares me. Even though I know the placement tape is like very gentle, it always just gives me a little anxiety when I go to pull it up because I never know. But it's looking good, so that's great. Okay, perfect. Got it off. All right. Oh my gosh. Well, good for you, Shirley. I'm excited for you. That's great. You're going to be a whole new lady now. So my uncle got hip replacement and knee replacement surgery a couple of years ago. And it was a really great move for him. So I'm excited about that for you. All right, now all of this goes on just like so. And you want to make sure that the holes are lined up, okay? But obviously we're not gluing it down yet, y'all. This is adorable, okay? I'm obsessed. Now, hot glue gun. Okay, just, let me not put that right in the way. And, oops, goodness gracious. I'm messing things up over here. Okay, don't do that. First of all, get hot glue on the front of your project. My gosh. It's fine. I fixed it, thank God. Okay, sort of. I have the string right here I need to... Goodness gracious, y'all. I'm a mess. I'm sorry. Hi, Shirley. Is this your first time joining? It gets real around here, okay? So if you're not a hot mess whenever you're crafting, congratulations, but I am. Hi, Nicole. How are ya? So I'm going to go for this piece right here. This time I'll do it the correct way and put it on the surface before I just sling glue everywhere, okay? All right. That's amazing news, Shirley. I'm happy for you. Okay. That's on there. Now for the word welcome. I don't think I want to use hot glue. Because the letters, y'all, these are so super duper thin. I mean, look how much it shakes whenever I hold it like that. So what I want to use is Stick Fast, okay? If you've never heard of this before, this stuff is great. It's on my Amazon list. Whenever you comment, hi Donna, whenever you comment pencil, you can get the link to my Amazon list. Go check out all the craft stuff that I have on there. This stuff is great for small, intricate type cutouts. It is like super glue. It holds super well. My E didn't have I was missing a little bit of paint right there. But what I want to do is I'm gonna place it, okay, and then I'm gonna look and see what letters, because not all of them are touching. The C and this bottom part of the O and that L right there are not touching at the bottom of the L. So I'm only gonna put glue up to about here on the L, at the bottom of the L, and then starting on the loop on the O over to the ME. All right, if that makes sense to you, hopefully it does. I'm gonna go. Just a little bit of this stuff goes a long, long way, okay? So don't go crazy. Don't glue yourself to this. I mean, if you get glue on you, it's fine. You can take a emery board and just use it on your skin, okay? And it'll come right. It'll, like, sand it off, okay? But better to not glue yourself to a piece of wood or to yourself. Okay, so that's where I put the glue. Now I'm going to come back, and that's where I'm placing this. Okay, so I want to make sure that I get it. This glue is a little bit forgiving too, so you can kind of need to move it around. You can. You don't really want to spread that glue all over the place, but if you have to, you can. It is dries super clear, so you're not likely to see it once it's dry. Let's let that set. Oh, that's a tiny piece of jute. All right, and then I'm gonna just cut some of this random jute that I have in my drawer here. Cut it a little bit longer than what I really think I'm gonna need. And I'm going to string it through the back and the back again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pull it so that it's just a little, I don't want it to be a super long, drawn out bow, okay? I mean, bow, centerpiece, okay? Now, let me make sure this is semi-dry, okay, most of the way dry, before I go flip it. But we're going to flip that over, and then we're going to tie a knot. I'm not trying to make a knot that's going to not pull through this thing. I don't know why I'm making a knot there, because I'm just going to hot glue it anyway. Okay. I'm going to hold that there. And I've got, or I did have, let me see. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay. So I have this ribbon that I have had for a little while that I never used it. Here's a smaller piece. I never used it for what I intended to use it for, and it really just, I haven't found a project for it. So I've been using little strips of it to hold down my jute. Okay, just like that. And then I can trim this other part. And again, I don't know why I even tied a knot to begin with on the other one, but I'm not going to even bother over here because the holes on this are pretty big. So they're not, it's not going to, you're going to have to use a giant knot, okay, if you want it to hold. So might as well glue it on the back. And then we'll just trim that. Okay, now this is not dry yet, so don't go holding it by that. But, sorry, I have glue on my hand. Hot glue. Alright, now, let's see. So there's our little welcome sign. What do you think? I hope you all love it. That transfer pattern did really well on this one. It does make it look like a textured ribbon, and I'm loving this. So you can comment the word pencil. Hi, Brooke. How are you? And let me know if you love this, okay? I love you all. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you all soon. Good night.